StockPulse Newsroom, we are talking silver VIPR minerals today. That's VIPR on the Toronto Venture Exchange, VIPRF on the OTC markets in the States as they've engaged in a letter of intent. Proposed acquisition of Canasil Resources. You run through that news, a general update on the company. I've got the CEO, Steve Cope. Steve, appreciate the time. It's certainly been quite a while here. I guess a good time to grab you here with this Canasil deal going on. So I guess let's start there. Pretty big deal for the company here. Why don't you run through the details?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really exciting deal, and it's going to change the landscape of the company. You know, one of the things we've really been focused on is, how can we grow as a company? We've always been a single asset company. We've had our eye on a lot of different projects and companies out there. I think it took a market like this, to get a deal done like this on Canasil. But we're acquiring, 10 different projects plus an NSR in that package for, right now, a $4.5 million deal based on the 4-to-1 ratio that we're merging our shares. And I mean, that's, you can't find the projects of this caliber at that price. So again, we've been working on this for a really long time. Originally one of these projects was one of the assets I wanted to make, create Silver VIPR with and do our IPO on, and the Nora project. So again, we followed what's been done on that in the last 4 years. And, they ran our Joe program, made a great discovery there, and then have been able to follow up on it. So again, I think any number of these assets more than warrants the price of the deal, but being able to get the whole package together gives us a lot of options moving forward on how we want to proceed. And we're going to keep our minds open and do what's right by our shareholders, but we'll probably be looking to option some of them out. Maybe spin some of them out into a new vehicle if we get into a better market, work some of them ourselves, and then maybe do a transaction, possibly do some maiden resources on the more advanced projects. There's a lot of different ways we can add value very quickly to this package, and then still have La Virginia, our flagship project, that we'll spend the bulk of our dollars on. So again, I think it's one of these deals that, a lot of people understand now, but if you're going to look at us, 12 months down the road and see where we're at and the value we've created from the deal, I think, people look back, I think, very, very favorably on what we're doing today.
Yeah, let's build off that. Markets in rough shape, to say the least here. Metals seem to be showing a little bit of a rally in them. We'll see how that ends up. But yeah, take us through here. Opportunities all over the place. Tax selling season. I mean, how could they sell anymore? But I mean, I'm not saying anything anymore. I quit talking during the no hitter a long time ago. So yeah, to take us through here end year and Q1, and like you said, you'll be looking back on. You made a pretty sweet move here. And it sounds like the deal was almost too good to not grab. So yeah, to talk about all the goodies here, you're gonna open up here, Steve, moving forward.
Well, I mean, again, I'm not going to go through every asset in the deal, but Nora itself, obviously, that was the one that we've been monitoring. We wanted to list on. And you're hitting multi-kilogram silver with high-grade gold on one program and aren't able to follow up. So this is an early-stage exploration project, but with all the upside in the right jurisdiction. All these assets are sitting right through the primary silver belt in Mexico, in Durango and Zacatecas. A lot of them are sitting, in the neighborhood of some of the largest mines in Mexico. Esperanza is a lookalike for Pan American's La Colorada, has had a ton of success. Hasn't been tested at depth and potentially could host something similar to what La Colorada has with an intact skarn system where you're going to bring in a bunch more base metals. As far as Salamandra, again, you've got, silver with the base metal side to it, sitting, close to one of the largest undeveloped silver projects in the world. You go down further and you got Vizcaíno, again, sitting just outside of Durango City, around bunch of other large-scale mines. That one's never been tested, but there's already people that have contacted us on that project that are interested. You've got Colibri, again, further down the list, but, hit some very interesting results in a good jurisdiction. And then you've got the whole suite of Canadian assets that are, gold, copper, porphyry targets. Not what we're going to focus on, but again, I think as a package, they're highly attractive. I could very much see in a better market looking to spin those out into a new vehicle and give a free dividend to existing Silver VIPR shareholders. So again, we've had a lot of track record of success on spinouts and showing the value those can create as a group within the Belcara group. So that's something that I very much could see us doing, or, if someone makes an offer in the interim for that package that, makes way more sense, then we'll look to vend it off. But if we continue in a bad market, there's a lot of optionality here for non-dilutive, ability to raise capital in a non-dilutive way, whether that's acquiring a suite of NSRs for a number of these projects. We're seeing in the industry right now, the premium that's being paid for early stage NSR has never been higher, to the point where a lot of the big streaming companies can't compete because you've got so many new companies that are trying to establish a portfolio of NSRs, and they're competing so aggressively with each other that you're getting these massive valuations for early stage projects. So we get the Sandra NSR, that's a joint venture between Oryx Minerals and Pan American out of the transaction, a 2% NSR on that project. We have our own NSR that we can buy back on La Virginia for $2 million right now. So we could package those two together. And then if you option a couple of other projects, and all of a sudden you've built like a nice little portfolio of NSRs, that could be a great way to raise a bunch of capital. But like you said, it does seem like we're turning in the market here. We've definitely seen a lift in gold and silver here the last week and a half. And I'm sure we'll dive into it, but the fundamentals that exist out there, this is definitely feels like the start of when the silver does go, we all know it's going to be a massive leap, and to have all these different projects and potentially into a better silver market again, we're going to be able to turn these around and add a lot of value. And there's Mexico, number one silver producer in the world. You can't stake claims right now. So the only way you're going to get projects in Mexico is to option existing claims. And who are they going to come to? And I think we've got a great suite of projects now, of high quality exploration projects, and people are going to have to come to us if they want to start new companies or add to their portfolio.
Okay. We'll look forward to keeping our eye on the wire for more news. Again, Steve Copey is the CEO, Silver Viper Minerals, VIPR, Toronto Venture Exchange, VIPRF, OTC markets in the States. Again, Steve, thanks for the time. We'll look forward to checking back in when you hit the wire again.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.